Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Kerbal Space Program. We've just entered the Julian sphere of influence with our first probe, and I'm just adjusting the periapsis to try and reach about 1.3 million meters altitude, so that we can perform some aero braking. I'm just 1.2, just doing it very gently. Okay, I think that's bang on, that's pretty good. 1.3, 1.299. So I'll add an alarm. Let's put it in 30 minutes prior to periapsis. Okay. Before we get too low, let's just get the high above Jool science. Jool's enormous magnetosphere extends well beyond the orbit of its moons in every direction. That's 35 science, so we can send that back. Log the gravity data, 56 science. Sensor calibrates to measure the massive gravitational forces of Jool. Make that back. Let's get one of the mystery goos. Goo feels right at home. Worth 21 science. Do our first science junior. A high radiation environment causes a few of the samples to glow. 35 science. Readings aren't usually so high this early, it could be a big one. 84 science, that's perfect. .42 science from the orbital telescope. Just get the gravity again. I'm going to try and rotate to get the solar rays pointed a bit more straight on at the sun. But with no electric charge, it's pretty hard doing it slowly. Just use some physical time acceleration. Here we go. Better. Okay, it looks like we've got all the science we can. Just wait till the last bit of data is transmitted then. Hang on, I didn't check this one. Five science, okay. Okay, so the plasma wave scan, high over Jool. We've got strong plasma wave oscillations are detected while passing through Jool's shock, giving a rough estimate of its thickness, worth 84 science. Just transmit that back then. As you can see here, we've got quite a few probes coming in. So we've got the probe that we're looking at the moment. We've got another one that I've designed to land on one of Jool's moons. We've got a second probe as well so we can look at some other of Jool's moons. Jump to the Duna refinery. So this is just a mid-course correction burn, I believe, just to make sure we get Aerocapture. It's quite a nice small burn as well, which is quite good because we've got tiny thrusters on this. Okay, I've realised my periapsis is too high, so I'm adding a manoeuvre node to drop it down. To 130 kilometers. Oops, too far. It's a bit tricky to do using the manoeuvre node itself, so I'm using the manoeuvre node editor that comes with MechJeb. 132, that'll do. Just pointing in the right direction there. It's a much smaller burn doing it this way than it would be to actually do a standard capture by burning retrograde at periapsis. So. I think we can start burning at any point actually. I'll start burning now. Just watching the periapsis on the right hand side in the orbit info. "112 kilometers" is a bit low. I'm going to point the delicate parts of the spaceship at the back So hopefully they'll be protected by the main engine there. Might raise the periapsis as well slightly. There we go, 127. Just adding an alarm 15 minutes before periapsis then, just so that we've got time to stow any extendables, any deployables, and also to try and start getting ready to record the science. We won't be able to transmit it because we'll have no solar panels because they'll have to be stowed up. We've got 13 minutes to go. See the atmosphere now, just the edge of the atmosphere. Just want to try and keep it pointed in the right direction. We've got no torque, we've got no electric charge. Just using the thruster just to give us enough charge just to point in the right direction. Okay, we're now entering the atmosphere, so I'm going to start stowing those solar arrays. And hopefully we should start seeing this apoapsis come down or up to a non-hyperbolic orbit. Okay, we can see the heat effects come up on. Just using the thruster again to generate the electricity to get us pointed completely prograde. Try and protect the scientific experiments as much as possible. Oh yep, we've got an orbital period now. Brilliant. We're at periapsis, hopefully we'll survive all the way through. Oh, yeah, that's okay. The engine temperature's going back down again, so we're not getting too hot at all. That's brilliant. Not quite sure why it's rotating like that though. Brilliant. We're out of the atmosphere and we've got a good orbit. Rather inclined though, but never mind. At least we're captured. Let's deploy those solar arrays so we can send our data back. So we'll just transmit as much information back as we can now. We'll add a maneuver node for the apoapsis just to raise it so that we're not quite so close. Then we can sort the inclination out later. Okay, so just jumping forward to the apoapsis. I will just make the burn here just to raise that periapsis. It's quite a small burn and not much to say about it really. Because we're quite inclined there as well, it's worth setting up a maneuver node at the descending node there, just to align our orbit up with the planes of the other orbits, so that should make the transfers to the moons much easier. So I'm just setting that node up now. And of course we'll add an alarm just to make sure we don't miss that node. So we've just jumped forward to the second of the, or the third rather, of the three probes that go into this system, and we're just setting up to make sure that we get our Aerocapture for this probe as well. And so just to finish off this episode then, we're now going to do the inclination change on that on the first probe there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Thanks very much for watching it. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more.